And the recruit then jumps in the driver's seat. The FTO sits in the passenger seat and observes the person. After the process is done, they sign off on a form saying, yes, this person, this candidate has met all the requirements and is aware of the policies and laws that are in place before they're cut on their own, awaiting a slot at the academy. On the federal side, it's different. We have to be certified before you even touch a squad car. Normally, the FTO process is anywhere from 2 to 3 months.
Thank you.
Thank you. I've always been putting them in a cop car in 2 to 3 weeks. That's my concern. And the city's liable. You guys, council is liable. That's not if they do something.
Correct.
So I just feel, I think if we have to abide by the law, so should they. I mean, there's a couple of times we're cruising down Main Street, just right in front of us. We had to slam on one time because you had one of your bumpers just right in front of us. And I'm like, hold on, or either that, they go speeding by to catch up to a car, whether they pull them over or not, like that. And then when my kids ask me, I'm like, I don't know what to say. Mom, why do we have to follow the law when they don't? And I just think it's fair. We have to do it just because they're cops. They should have to do it too.
No, I agree. Okay, council, we're going to move on to city beautification with Chuck Sutherland. You have the floor.
Are you on comments now?
It's a hard job. It's cold front. It's a hard job. Cold front.
Yeah, that's gonna make it fun.
They need to want to try to council. They don't have no snacks here.
Thank you again, Mr. Mayor and Council. So have you got any plans for a feasibility study on curb and gutter?
When I put curb and gutter over my hill, it was not quite $1,400, and it was up to the landowner to put it in. One of the problems we have is if someone on the low end of a hill wants curb and gutter, the people on the uphill side have to put in curb and gutter. And not very many people can afford that. And I don't know if there's something where if the city put it in, if we tack that onto their water bill to make payments.
Well, you can do like they did my mom. Put it on their property tax. That's how it was paid for when John Epley was in there.
Right.
So that bill should be taken care of.
We did have, that was one of the main topics on our hometown discussions that we had, all those group gatherings and people brought up ideas, the way to work on the community, that sort of thing. It evolved down to the sidewalk was more important, the walkability of the community for the safety of the kids going to the grocery store, things like that. So it took precedence over the curb and gutter a little bit.
Yeah, but you're missing sidewalks on some curb and gutter.
Yeah, so the part of the safety becomes the thing, and we're working on that. We actually have a grant that we've written for, and I think we're gonna.
Was Anthony Ethel?
Right, yeah, and so there is a plan if you.
I think we got like 4 phases somewhere.
Yeah, and there's 4 phases, but mostly all sidewalk, but there's probably gonna be some curb and gutter in that as well. We are working on it, there could be more, but there are plans in place.
Because another deal is, I got on your beautification is the money you spend to combine law enforcement, I'm just gonna throw a figure out, say 400,000, I'm just gonna cut it there. 400,000 and what the cost of it was for you to remove and take care of the 4 houses that we know why you got rid of. Why not take that money, ask the county to split so you can fix the road east of the football field and that? Because 80% of your traffic that comes into town from the east goes down that road.
Thank you for that. That's good.
You know?
That's a county road.
Sounds good to me.
You know, and they don't like to come to the stoplight and go north.
No, I agree, that road has a lot of traffic and stuff. Yeah.
But,
And that's and local traffic too. It don't have to be people from out of town.
Mhm.
So why not take that 500,000 or whatever and ask the county for 500,000 to fix the road, put curb and gutter in, so it don't look so trashy.
That's a county road, Chuck.
Half of it is, and half of it's city.
And
So that's what I'm saying, now go to the county and ask them for half of what what they're asking you to, have law enforcement.
I got a comment on that road, just throwing it out there. When I worked at the school, we built that new building up there. We went to the county and the city about fixing that culvert down there. And we discussed with both of them, and they both said it the other person. Neither one of them would take, neither one would take 30 over the road. The county blazed it. But neither organization wanted to touch the road, so that's where it got left.
You leave it rough, you can't speed.
But you can't do it, you know, do a
Yeah,
split,
that's
you know?
Yeah, I would like to see a better relationship definitely with the county on things like that, because I think
Well, it's
only
gotta
gonna
be.
benefit everybody.
It's gotta be. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You gotta get along with it, because the east side is county, and you got what? 2 residents and 1 business? On the west side, you got 1 resident, 2 businesses, and the school, which is a county school. And I know the school don't pay no taxes. I mean, they get their funds in that. But it's a part of their program that they have at this complex down there that people use the road. So maybe you could throw the school in the mix and see what their cost is.
We do have gatherings once in a while, Chuck, that we kind of talk about things like this, like the Wellness Coalition, some of that stuff around the community. Would you be interested in maybe attending some of those meetings?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to reach out to you when I hear of those meetings and stuff, and try to have you be part of them as well. So,
Because just like the curb and gutter, why don't we have curb and gutter at the park? I mean, you go to other cities, their parks are curb and guttered.
we've got to make improvements where we can.
Well, I know, but you gotta do your feasibility study. See what it's gonna cost, see, you know? Okay, like the park, that's gonna cost the city. Is there grants out there to write to get the curb and gutter put in?
Our grant.
You know, and the thing of it is, why do we have dirt roads in the city yet?
What do we do, Paul? Every year we do some improving of those gravel roads, don't we, with asphalt?
No, we don't have any, our distributors down, because we're still waiting for the states to buy one outright, whatever. But how it's always been done before is if you do a street, if you're gonna build one, then so the people on each side pay for so much of it.
They pay half of it.
Like when they did the last street that was done was the concrete street down Avenue E, or D. So each resident paid for curb and gutter and then paid for half of that street, all the way down there. So once the street's established, then we start taking care of it. If it's asphalt, if it's potholed up or whatever, we fix it. That concrete one, we'll go in and cut the cracks out, retard or whatever, fill them. But the initial cost is on the property owners. That's how I was always.
Yeah.
Not saying that's right, but that's how I was always.
Right. And the curb and gutter is paid by the property owner too.
Just out of curiosity, if the car wash were to want more paved street, you know, since the county's on the other side, then the county would have to pay half of it, right?
Yeah, just like on the other side of the road that by your construction business.
The county or whatever.
It's split, you know, down the middle of the road. You gonna do your half and to hell with the other half? You know?
Right.
Okay, we need to move on. Is that it, Chuck?
Yeah, that's it, thank you.
Thank you for your time. Jeff Cisco, Bennett County Mitigation Plan.
There should be 2 of these that zoomed in.
Yeah.
They're the speakers for tonight.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, hello, my name is Julian Lynn, and also on here is Kaylee Snyder. We're with the Black Hills Council of Local Governments. For those of you who might be unfamiliar with Black Hills Council, we are one of 6 planning districts throughout the state, and we serve 9 counties and then the cities within by assisting with things like long-range planning, mitigation plans, and various funding applications. And we are currently assisting Bennett County with the update of their natural hazard mitigation plan. So this plan is a FEMA-approved plan that is required to be updated every 5 years. And the current plan within Bennett County expires in September of this year. And it focuses on mitigating or lessening the impact that natural hazards may have on the county, with the overall goal of reducing the impact on people, structures, and infrastructure. So even though this is Bennett County's plan, the city can participate and potentially adopt the plan, and this will allow the city of Martin to be eligible to apply for different FEMA grant opportunities without having to go through the county. So the plan essentially allows the city of Martin to have their own plan to protect life, people, and infrastructure. So the grant for this plan was awarded at the end of November, and we've already met with the county to begin the plan update process. Our timeline, we'll be working with our planning team through late spring, and then we will have a draft for the public to review. After that draft is reviewed, then SDOEM will review it, send it to FEMA for review, and then as long as everything is good to go, then we can begin the adoption process. Jeff has organized our planning team, and the mayor has agreed to be on this team and will be serving as the primary contact for the city throughout our process. And we're looking at the end of January right now to meet for the first time for that. We'll also be holding a stakeholders meeting a little bit later, which will be open to the public. The purpose of this meeting is to assess the risks and vulnerabilities and potential mitigation projects for Bennett County and Martin. We will also be releasing a public survey, and then we plan to have a one-on-one meeting with the city of Martin to discuss hazards that are unique and specific to Martin. Jeff will be passing around a sign-in sheet, which is used to show participation and collect any in-kind as part of the grant used to update this plan. Signing this is voluntary, and you can just put down whatever you feel comfortable with. But if you did travel from somewhere else to get to the meeting today, mileage can also be counted towards the in-kind. I think that's all I have for tonight. If you have any questions or if anything comes up, my email is jlynn@wrbsc.com. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda.
So, hang on. Do we need to do something?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
Not right now.
Not right now. Okay. Do you have enough signatures? Can you get more? Do you need more signatures?
For this?
Yeah.
We should be good for tonight, but we'll do this at every meeting we have. We get people to sign. Then, once we get to moving along, Gary, since he's on that planning team, he'll know when there's something the city needs to do. I'll remind you, he'll know. And right now, there's nothing. We just need to get the meeting started.
Now, next on the agenda is ice skating rink. Melissa Slattery has put out a paper, a letter to the community of Martin and its leaders. I would love to bring an idea to the attention of our community leaders. Martin is a great community with amazing people living here. Other than school, sports, and activities, there's not a whole lot to offer our youth for activities. I would like to propose the idea of a portable, reusable ice skating rink. It may be used year after year and only takes 1 hour to put up. My dad, Paul, said we can put it on his empty lot by Campbell's with many other options available. Setting it up downtown would have the option of street lights and great parking available, as well as bring people to the downtown area. The ice rink setup is looking at costing around $5,100. It's 30 feet by 80 feet shipped. Remember, this would be an asset to the community in which we can use each winter. We can expand as we please each winter and make this the place for family and friends together and make memories they will cherish. Looking for cash donations, skates, benches. I would love to work with you in making this an opportunity for our community and bring this idea to life. This is Slattery.
So there may be some other funds to help with this in the community. I think someone's looking at that a little bit.
The Wellness Coalition.
But we don't have a lot of time. Probably I don't know how long it would take to get something like that.
But last year, we had this, Dave, remember you presented a skating rink at the park,
Yeah,
and we voted to do it,
right. It is,
but it was under snow.
yeah, we got that big snowstorm.
So why don't we do this?
This year is probably a better option. They could put different areas and then,
Chuck,
Is that gonna be by his building up there on Main Street?
Justice Video with old site.
Is that gonna be bladed off and everything? And are you gonna let them burn, have fire pits in the city?
No,
You know, like fires and that, like because at one time there used to be a pond